Peace. What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in before we start building on the topic for the day. Very important topic for the day, man. Feeling inspirational, feeling motivational. So I'm gonna give everybody a chance to tap in with me before we start building on the topic for the day. Bonafide Bloom, what's going on with you? Hopefully everybody's having a powerful Tuesday. It's feeling nice where I'm at. I think we done with the cold, so we all good over this way. I'll give y'all a chance to tune on in before we start diving into this subject matter for the day. How everybody holding up out here? Magic Realms, what's going on with you? Peace. Getting everything situated on my end before we start building. Beautiful Goddess Keys, Peace Queen, what's going on? Travian, what's going on? Hertz 187, what's going on? How everybody living? How everybody feeling out here? Dominique, what's going on with you? My brother Nero, what's going on? How everybody feeling, man? We got some important information to discuss, man. Important topic to discuss, man, revolving around just the people around you, just wanting them to change so bad that you forget to do what you need to do. Y'all know how it is, man. I know y'all all had experiences like that, man, just wanting change so bad for somebody else that you neglect your own overall health and well-being, your own peace, your own sanity. Got to stop doing that. Basically what I have called it is being selfless with the change. So you done came across some information that you feel is valuable to not only yourself, but to those around you. So when you come across this valuable and helpful information, you strive so hard to give this information to those around you or the people around you that you feel like it would benefit the most. But you going so hard trying to get them to receive the knowledge and implement the change that you forget to implement what you have learned. You forget to change. You forget to evolve. You forget to grow. I know we've all been down that path before. I know we've been down that path plenty of times. Sean, what's going on with you? My man's Ricky, what's going on? So I know we done all been down that path before. And I always take it to health, man. So you come across some health information, maybe something pertaining to reversing diabetes or something, man, and you got a diabetic in your family and you going so hard trying to get them to be receptive to the knowledge that you done missed out on implementing the jewels that was within the book, simply because you feel like I don't have diabetes. This information is not useful to me. Whole wow, this information in this book is very much useful to you. Matter of fact, it was intended for your eyes only. That's why you received that information at the time that you received it. We got to understand. We got to understand something about coming across knowledge, coming across information. It's a time and a place in regards to evolution, growth, and change. And we all gonna evolve, we all gonna grow, we all gonna change in due time, on our own time, on our own dime. So we got to stop trying to force evolution. We got to stop trying to force change. We got to stop trying to force growth on those around us. Yeah, we may be thinking that we looking out for their best interests, but at the same time, you got to know and understand that that's outside of your control. All that you can literally do, this is literally all that you can do. All that you can literally do is extract the information from wherever you got it from, implement it in your life, and just live out the reality. Live out the information that you just gathered. Live out the information that you just got. Live it out. And what you can hope happens from that point on is that you influence the people that you feel like needed the most. But taking that information and going right to the person that you feel like needed the most, meanwhile, you haven't implemented anything, is counterproductive, because that's one of the first things that they're going to call you out on. They're going to say, well, you're not doing this, but you want me to do it. See, you got to lead via action. You got to influence and persuade via action first and foremost, because people are going to call you out on that. So if you got a mother, a father, a cousin, a sister, or a brother that's going through something, and you feel like you came across information that'll help them, the best way to really help them is to live out the reality. So then they gonna pay attention to how you moving. Yeah, they may have diabetes and they gonna pay attention to some changes that you just made that's benefiting your health. They gonna see you glowing. They gonna see your energy level increasing. Then they gonna wonder what you doing, what you did. That's the way that you make that person change. That's the way that you influence that person to change. I ain't mean to say make. Can't make anybody do anything. But that's the way you persuade that person or influence that person to change, by living out the reality. Because once they see you make those changes and they see the result via those changes, then that's going to spark them to ask questions. And that's essentially what you're aiming for. But a lot of times we get so amped up when we get certain pieces of information that we run right to social media. We run right to the people that we feel like can use this information, and we ready to just unload. Be patient, man. Be patient. I was the same way when I started coming across information 10 plus years ago. I couldn't wait to jump on social media. Meanwhile, I ain't really validated anything. I just couldn't wait to tell the world what I had gathered from this particular book or this documentary or this article, whatever the case may be, wherever I got the information from. I couldn't wait to go tell somebody about it. Gotta be patient though. Gotta be patient, man. It's a process that comes with research. It's a process that comes with studying. It's a process that comes with doing the knowledge. So be patient. You read one book and you came across valuable pieces of information. That don't necessarily mean that information is right and exact and all the way correct. You have got to cross-reference, man. You got to study the people that the person that wrote the book, you got to study those people. You got to look at the bibliography and read those books. Got to fact check. You always got to do that. So we tend to get information from an article, from one book, from one documentary, and then we jump right on social media. We jump right on social media, spitting out exactly what we just got from this book, that article, or that documentary. Can't do that. Got to calm down. Got to be patient. You read that one book in regards to how to reverse diabetes, man. You got to read several more, then read some more articles, then watch some documentaries on it. That's how you got to do it. Then you implement what you learn. That's how you start to influence the people around you. And at the end of the day, these people are going to make changes, like I said, on their own time. They're going to make changes on their own time when they feel ready to make the change. You can't force somebody to be ready to make a change. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Lindell, peace, what's going on? Terenzo, what's going on? Tamel, what's going on with you? Aaron, what's going on? Peace. And Dominique, and with that reality, sometimes you got to accept that. That comes with detachment. You got to understand that, listen, some people, like I said, some people going to change on their own time. Some people may never change. Some people may never see the so-called light. Some people may never see the so-called truth. Some people may never do what they need to do in order to preserve their health. Some people never going to do it. Sadly enough. So we just got to accept that reality, man. There's really nothing, literally. There's nothing that you can do about that. There's literally nothing that you can do about it, man. You, again, can't make anybody do anything. So if you got a relative, you got a close family member or a close friend that you feel like, man, you see their health deteriorating and declining, and you like, man, I got this information that I know would help them. There's nothing that you can do, man. You can give them all the books in the world. You can give them all the information in the world. You can give them all the jewels in the world. You can give them all the guidance in the world. But it's going to be up to them to implement exactly what it is that you told them. And at the end of the day, we know how that goes, especially when it comes from a close friend or family member. We are that close friend or family member. We know that for the most part, the people that's closest to us, they are the ones that reject the information that we bring to the table. Hence the term black sheep. So y'all know how I go, man. You got this information. You trying to present it to the family because you know that it'll benefit the family. But the family are the ones that's rejecting you the hardest and the most. So you might as well not even entertain that, because that's going to lead to a high level of stress, unnecessary stress in that regard. Unnecessary stress. You came across this information knowing that it's going to help the fam, but the fam looking at you like you crazy, because just yesterday you was talking about how you was eating pork. Now the next day you telling them pork ain't no good and you ain't fooling with the swine. They looking at you like you crazy. Meanwhile, you know that this information is useful and it's going to be helpful to them. Can't force it on them. Can't force it on them. That's only going to cause another headache for you. Trying to get the people in your fam, trying to get the people in your inner circle to do something that you know would help them. Now, you know it'll help them, but you can't make them do anything. You can't make them do anything. You can't make them see the light. You just can't do it. Yeah, bona fide. And again, that's why we gotta let the doctor tell them. That's what's gonna happen. We gotta let the doctor tell them. Let the doctor tell them. And even still, some of them people still don't make the changes that they need to make. Nick, what's going on? And Sean, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And at the end of the day, that's really literally all that you can do. That's all that you can do is drop a jewel on them and say, man, you traveling down this path. This is going to be the result of you continuing down that path. You may need to do X, Y, and Z. Or you may need to consider doing X, Y, and Z. And if they don't strive to make the change, if they don't strive to implement what you said or what you suggested, then at the end of the day, you got a decision to make in regards to that relationship with them. You got an important decision to make. You got an important decision to make, man, especially if you feel like the relationship will become more toxic if they don't change their lifestyle. If you feel like it's only going to result in something negative within a relationship between you and said person, then you definitely got a decision to make. Definitely got a decision to make if you see that they're not striving to change, if they're not striving to implement certain things to elevate and improve their health, and you feel like that will destroy the relationship ultimately, then you got a decision that you must make in that regard. In that regard, you got to make that decision. Like either I'm going to continue this relationship and just allow this person to self-destruct right before my eyes, or I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to move on within this relationship, man. I'm not going to deal with said person like I used to do, like I used to deal with. I'm going to distance myself from said individual because I don't have time for this stress. I don't have time to watch somebody that I care for self-destruct right in front of my eyes. Sometimes you got to distance yourself from these particular people, man. And that's the art of detachment. That's where detachment comes into play. Yeah, Dominique, and that's what it is. And again, I got to keep stressing the fact that you came across that information for you. You didn't come across that information for somebody else. You came across the information for you to improve your life. You came across that information to implement whatever it was that's within the text or within the article or within the documentary to improve your life. And just by you living out the reality, you gonna ultimately influence somebody by living out the reality. But you came across that information for you. Your eyes came across that book. Your eyes watched that documentary. Your eyes read that article. That is for you. So you got to take within the article, within the book, within the documentary, and you got to take that and apply it to your life. That's why you came across it and not them. They're going to come across this information when it's time for them to change, when the time is right for them. And like I said, sometimes that may be never, or it may be too late. But you came across that information. You got to do something with the information. Point blank, period. That's the true reason why you came across that information, for you to do something with it. Don't sit on that information. Don't sit on that knowledge. Don't be trying to pass that knowledge on to everybody else. Meanwhile, you neglecting what was in the article, what was in the book, what was in the documentary. You try to dish it off to everybody else instead of dishing it within. No. Take what you learn, apply it to self. That's what we always teach. Apply everything to self. We try to apply everything to everybody else. We say, oh man, I read this in a book. I feel like what I just learned can help my cousin because they dealing with this, that, and the third. Oh, I just read this in a book and I feel like this can help my mom's because she going through what I read in this book. That ain't why you read it, yo. That is not why you read it. You're not about to be able to make somebody see what you saw within the book. And guess what? You can give the same person the same book that you read, and they're gonna view it differently. So you viewing the information in a way that's suitable to you. You got to take that perception, that outlook, and you got to apply it to your life to improve your life. Stop trying to save everybody else around you when you're not even saving yourself, when you neglecting yourself. It's not your responsibility to save everybody else. It's not your responsibility. Man, these people may not even need you to save them. That's not your responsibility, especially when you got some stuff that you need to work on. We got to stop neglecting aspects of ourselves, man, to try to save everybody else. That's problematic. That's causing a lot of self-destruction. Stop doing that. Who are you to act like you the superhero anyway? You got a lot that you need to work on. You got a lot that you need to implement. You got a lot that you need to learn. Focus on that. Focus on that. You giving everybody else these health jewels, but you're not applying the health jewels to yourself. So therefore, your health is declining, yet you trying to improve the health of everybody else around you. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You know how bad the junk food is. You know how bad the pork is. You telling everybody how bad this stuff is, yet you continuing to consume it. What is that making you? But you getting mad at everybody around you for consuming the things that you know are bad, yet you doing the same exact thing. So we got to make sure we living it out. We got to make sure we living out that information first and foremost. That's important. That's very important. Ricky, no doubt. You get all resistance from those around you. Again, it's proximity. And one thing about it, the hatred is a lot more powerful. The hatred exists within the people that's closest to you for this main reason. The people that's closest to you, they was able to see the journey. They was able to see you wake up one day and decide to make a change. That's why that envy, that jealousy is a lot stronger within them, because they was like, man, dude was just this way one day, and then the next day he was like, I ain't eating this, ain't eating that, ain't eating this. That's that envy and jealousy, because they mad at the fact that they not able to wake up one day and just decide to make that change. The people that don't know you wasn't able to see that. So it's hard for them to really hate on you, because all they know is you always have been this way. They didn't see your struggle. They didn't see the struggle. They didn't see you from birth. They didn't see you from the age of 5 up until the time that you decided to make that change. They didn't see how much of a savage eater you were before you decided to go vegetarian, plant-based, vegan, whatever it is. They didn't see that. But your people around you, they saw that. They saw you go from junk food bashing to I'm vegan now. They saw that. And that's that envy. That's that jealousy. They like, man, how was you able to do that and I'm not? Just yesterday, you was just like me. You was just like the rest of us. Now, all of a sudden, you different. They not able to stomach that. They not able to stomach that. And that's what causes that envy and that jealousy. It's sad, but that is what's causing it, because they able to look at you like 1 minute you just like us. You just like the rest of the fam. You believing in what everybody else believing in. Then next minute you like, I don't believe none of that, and I ain't eating none of that. They can't fathom that. It's not registering. It's not making sense. They like, man, we was on the same frequency. Then all of a sudden you elevated in a matter of days. How is that possible? Who do you think you are? You was just like us yesterday. Now you think you above and beyond us. When in reality, that's not even what you're thinking. You just like, man, I felt like I was doing some things that was detrimental to my health. I was believing in something that I really deep down inside didn't really believe in. So I just came across some information that resonated more with me. This is all that I'm doing. I'm not saying that I'm better than you. I'm not saying what I believe in or subscribe to is better than what you believe in or subscribe to, but it's better for me. It's better for me. So a lot of people take that as you saying that you better than them or you above them. That's not what's being said. I'm like, man, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel healthy. So I made changes for myself. I'm not saying I'm better than you because I made them changes. But I do feel better as a person, as an individual, because of said changes. And that's what I was aiming for. I'm not making changes to show and prove that I'm better than somebody. I'm not making changes to be above and beyond somebody. I don't care what you do. But I do care about the quality of my existence. So anything that can improve the quality of my existence, guess what? I'm striving to implement it. I'm striving to learn about it. So I really don't care about being above and beyond you. I don't really care about elevating above and beyond you. That's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just striving to elevate on an individual level. I'm trying to be better than I was a week ago. I'm trying to feel better than I did a year ago. That's what I'm aiming for. So I'm elevating on a personal level. I'm not in competition with my cousin. I'm not in competition with my brother. I'm not in competition with my mother. And I'm not in competition with the person that I'm in a relationship with. That is garbage. To have that type of perception, we not in a competition. I'm not mad at you because you woke up one day and decided to make healthier changes, and I didn't. I'm not gonna hate on you for that. I'm not about to be jealous because you did that, because you had the strength to wake up one day and say, man, I'm living a destructive life. I gotta make some changes. I'm not about to hate on you for that. That's childish. That's childish. Travian, and I just saw that when I was venting, but that is an actual fact. That's why I don't waste time. Like I said, especially when it comes to fam, man, they can't stomach, little brother or son or whatever, or daughter or whatever the case may be. They can't stand them knowing a little bit more about something than them. They can't stomach that. A lot of people can't stomach that. So they like, nah, I'd rather go to somebody that got a label like doctor, not a label like brother, not a label like son, not a label like sister or daughter or aunt or cousin. I'm finna go to somebody that got the label as doctor. And what's crazy is you can be in the family and have that label. You could be in the fam and that be your line of work. And they still not gonna rock with what you're saying. They still not about to listen to what you're saying. You can be in the family and you can legit be a holistic practitioner, or you can legit be a doctor. Your own fam still ain't gonna listen to you. They still about to think you don't know what you're talking about. Sad reality, man, but it is a reality for the most part for a lot of people. A lot of people deal with this. So it's a reality for a lot of people. Justin, and that's all you can do, man. You again take those lessons, apply them to self. I can tell you with 100% certainty that that's all that you need to do. Take everything that you learn, apply them to self. Because guess what? The people that need that message, the people that need the info that you got, they gonna come. You gonna attract them. It's that magnetic. It's that magnetic. What we start doing though, we start searching, we start seeking for people that need help. You gotta learn to let stuff come to you. That's nature. That's how you do things naturally, organically. Allow things to come to you. We spending all our time seeking and searching. Stop doing that. That's how you fail in life. That's what leads to misery. That's what leads to unnecessary stress, detrimental stress. Going out here searching and seeking. I got to find somebody that needs this information that I got. No, take that information, live it out, let stuff come to you. The people that need your information, that need what you gained, they gonna come to you. They gonna come to you in due time, and then that's when you teach. That's when you teach. That is when you teach, man. When they like, man, I see the way that you living, man. You making these changes, man. Where you get this information from? What sparked that change in you? You chop it up with those people. You chop it up with them. You go out of your way to build with them, man, because they showing you that eagerness. They showing you that they curious, man. They want to know what you know because they watching how you move and they paying attention. Sometimes this may come within your own family. Sometimes it may not. It may come from a complete stranger that's just been paying attention to the way that you're moving. Those are the people that you devote some time and energy to in regards to teaching them the things that you have learned. Each one teach one. Those are the ones that you strive to teach and reach. Those are the ones. Stop going out of your way seeking and searching for people that you feel like need what it is that you have learned. Incorrect. Incorrect. Master 2, what's going on? Yeah, Magic Realms, no doubt about it. People pleaser big time. And we striving to please everybody, like I said, but ourselves. So you can't be out here pleasing everybody, man, and neglecting yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you're doing that, you decreasing your lifespan. You decreasing your lifespan because what's happening is you looking at it like an investment. When like you investing your time in these particular people by giving them all this information that you taking time out of your day to learn. So anytime that you see them deviate from what it is that you just taught them, or the jewels that you dropped on them, when you see them deviating from that path, you are now stressed out. You become overly stressed out when you see them deviating from what you have told them is the right path. And another thing, man, again, what we think is right for somebody may not be right. What we think is right and exact for somebody could be poisonous. Like they say, one man's meat is another man's poison. So we got to understand that just because we came across some information that we deem as helpful, that may not be the piece of information that will help this person, whether we believe it or not. Just like a parent with a child, yeah, that parent thinking that they doing things in the best interest of that child, but really, the child got to do things in that best interest for that child, man. The parent really don't know what's in the best interest of that child, man. They only gonna do things according to how they live and say, okay, I did this, I did that. Prime example, a lot of parents out here that didn't necessarily go to college and they still have successful careers and all that, making decent money, but they feel like they buying into the American dream. So what do they push their children to do? They be like, man, you need to go to school, need to get this degree, need to get that piece of paper because I didn't do it. And if I did it, then my life would have turned out a lot better. Oh, wow, they don't necessarily know that. So meanwhile, that seems like harmless advice. That seemed like a harmless suggestion. But at the end of the day, that child may not be cut out for school, may not be cut out for college. But you trying to force it on them because you feel like this is the American dream. This is what they told us. We believed it. We gonna push it to the children. Oh, wow, that child is not suitable for college. That child doesn't need college. But see, that child is trusting in you because you the parent. So they trusted in you. So now they go to school. And all the while to find out that this is not for them. Now you have just, now that child got a bunch of debt. They stressed out. They can't find no job. And they should have took a totally different approach. But they trusted in you. So a lot of times, man, we just got to learn to chop it up with these kids, especially when you a parent, man. Just chop it up with them. Chop it up with them to really, and allow them to really kind of figure out what's the path they need to take. And stop trying to force one way on them. Let them know that there's multiple ways. You don't just got to go to school, get a degree. There's multiple ways to get to where you need to go in life. This is one way. Here's a second way. Here's a third way. Which way do we feel is the best? But a lot of times, parents only give them that one way. Man, you got to go to school. That's the only way that you can receive an education. Not knowing that you can self-teach yourself a lot of things and get certifications and things of that nature. So we got to stop making it appear as if it's only one way to achieve an end. There are several ways that you can get to an end, just like reaching that optimal state of health. There are several ways that you can gain that health, several ways. So I came across the raw food way. That way may be beneficial for me, but it may not be beneficial for the next person. They may have to do things a little bit differently. They may have to do things in a vegetarian manner and not totally raw food. Either way, they still gonna reach that state of health when done correctly. So we got to understand that your way, as the song say, Dead Prez got a song. Your way may not be my way. We got to understand that. So the information that you come across may not be the correct path for the person that you feel like it'll help. So we got to understand that. We got to understand that. Oh, Lindell, no doubt. 100%. People bash others for doing something they used to do instead of mentoring or saying something positive about the situation they're in. Exactly. And that's why I tell people, man, don't forget where you come from. Don't forget how savage you used to be. You out here criticizing things within you that you used to do. And you act like you don't know how they doing it and why they doing it. You used to do the same thing. Just go back to yourself. Why was you doing it? You better come up with the answer to your question. Why was you doing what you was doing? They doing the same thing. They doing the same things that we was doing when we was younger. And we acting like we don't know where they getting it from. Come on, man. All we got to do is do the knowledge to ourselves and our upbringing. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. They not acting in a totally new manner. You know, it's just a transformed manner. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. Oh, Master Tool, man. Yeah, that hate is ridiculous. Oh, Dominique, no doubt. I already knew what you meant. And Magic Realms, don't get me started on lack of support too. Don't get me started on lack of support when it comes to the people closest to you. When it comes to family members and things of that nature. Now, granted, not all your family members, but what's crazy is we talk about group economics and we talk about all of that. A lot of situations could be solved if we just came together on a family basis. Man, just think about your family. How much money is your family generating? Like how much family, how much money? How much money are all the family members that you know of, that you got a relationship with? How much money are they generating? How many of them have jobs that generate money? That generate a decent amount of money? We could be practicing group economics within our own families, and we would not have to worry about anything. We wouldn't have to be getting loans from banks and things of that nature. I guarantee you that within our immediate families, we can solve a lot of economic problems, but we don't even come together on that level. We don't even come together on that level. Like you can't even trust your own fam on that level, and that's sad. A lot of us have big families, and a lot of us with the big families, most of the people in the big families that are adults have jobs. They are generating income. They are generating revenue. So we be talking about group economics when all we got to do is turn to the family. But guess what? Families are broken. Families are dysfunctional. Can't trust the people in your family. That's our village right there. I know you got 10, 15 people in your family that you know, and they all got some type of job, and they all can afford to donate a little something in a pot and rotate the pot. So it's sad that we got to go outside of our family for stuff like group economics and support. That's sad. But it has to happen, and that's something that we have to do. Oh, Nick Lewis, no doubt. 100%. And that happened to me all the time, man. And for the most part, it be complete strangers. They bear witness to the energy. They bear witness to the vibe, frequency, whatever you want to call it. They bear witness to it. They bear witness to it. And when they bear witness to it, it's that magnetism. They drawn to it. So when they get drawn to it, it's like, man, they got to ask questions. They like, man, hey, I'm noticing the way you conducting yourself. I notice the energy that you have. Hey, what you doing? I want in on it. I want in on it. And like they say, man, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching. You never know. You will be surprised at some of the people that's paying attention to your moves. Be surprised. You will be very surprised. Oh, Dubs, what's going on? Yeah, Magic Realms, it's a quote that says the only thing that comes with force is resistance. And that's an actual fact. That's why I don't force anything on anybody. Again, even if you in a relationship, and people ask me all the time, they be like, hey, was she vegan before she met you? Like, no. It's like, was she against religion and all that type of stuff? I was like, no. I was like, I was on that, but I wasn't forcing her to be on any of that. I wasn't forcing her to be I wasn't forcing her to be on any of that. None of that. She believed in, listen, she was religious and all that when I met her. She was eating meat when I met her, but I'm like, cool, you know what? I was studying my lessons. I was still doing the knowledge. I was still eating the way that I was eating. And that's all I did. I ain't tell her, hey, what you believing in is a lie, it's a myth. You need to stop believing in it. What you eating is trash. You need to stop eating that. Didn't go about my life like that. I said, all right, you eating that, this is what I'm finna eat. You believe that, but guess what? We finna go to these parliaments and we still finna build. We gonna chop it up. Now, if you got a question, I'm gonna answer the question. You may not like my answer to the question, and that's what you run into a lot of times. That's what you run into a lot of times, man. Some people, they don't want to ask the question because they don't want to hear that truth. But when you living out that truth, man, and like I said, you magnetic and you drawing people to you, then they gonna be like, hey, man, I see that you ain't budging. Like, you really ain't rocking with this religion. You really ain't trying to eat this meat. What are you studying? What are you doing? Because this is different and you standing on it. That's going to attract people to you. That's going to attract people to you. That's going to attract people to you. Yeah, Master Tube, and like I said, I advise people on that all the time. A lot of people be asking me like, hey, like, how did you get her? And I correct them right there. First of all, you in a relationship, there is no how did you get her to know. I didn't get anybody to do anything that they didn't want to do. And that's one thing that y'all got to realize in a relationship. I'm not making somebody do anything. They're not about to hold that stuff over my head. If you gonna make a change in a relationship, it's because you wanted to make the change. You're not about to be accusing me of corrupting you or doing anything to you. So I'm gonna live my life. I'm making the changes because I feel like the changes are helpful to me. If you are influenced by the way that I'm living and you want to try to incorporate some things that I'm doing, cool. But I'm not ever about to get anybody to do anything. No, not happening. Not happening. That's the wrong approach. So when you a brother and you ask me, how did you get? Nope. Correct. Incorrect. You got the wrong perspective, the wrong outlook already. Because there is no how did you get. You already going into that with the wrong mentality. You shouldn't be striving to get anybody to do anything other than be the best version of themselves. And the way that you allow people to be the best version of themselves, man, just give them space, live out your reality. That's how you do that, man. Don't be trying to put pressure on them. Don't be trying to force them to do things. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, Dominique, no doubt. No doubt. God Hollywood Jr., what's going on with you? I mean, man, I was coming, like I said, man, I was coming into a lot of information. I was making a lot of changes pre-meeting her. So it was like, hey, like I'm standing on what I'm fooling with. I'm engaged in my studies. I'm engaged in this lifestyle. Like, only time gonna tell if you gonna get with it and if this is gonna work. So again, it's time, it's patience. Gotta practice patience, gotta give things time. And that's what you gotta do, man, at the end of the day. That's all that I did. But I wasn't trying to beat anybody over the head with anything. Wasn't happening. Wasn't happening. For one, because I don't even like that. For the most part, it's gonna be artificial. Let's just say the person makes changes based off of you forcing them. How you gonna feel about that? How you gonna be able to sleep with yourself knowing that the only reason that such and such is doing something is because you basically forced it? I don't want to rock with anybody like that. I don't want to rock with anybody that's that weak. That the only reason they doing something is because I told them to do it. No, I don't want that. I want to be with somebody that the reason why they doing what they doing is because they knew they needed to do it. I don't want to be with anybody that said, yeah, I did this because dude said do it. No, incorrect. Incorrect. I need for you to wake up and be like, man, I need to make a change. And now I'm finna make the change. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what you need. You do not want to be with anybody that's making changes simply because you said make the change. That's a weak person. It's a weak person. Oh, God, Nollywood, say no more, man. Just let me know when. Antoinette, Peace Queen, what's going on? Master Two, we don't hope, we don't do none of that. Just live your life out and you're going to attract exactly what it is that you need. Just live out your reality. You're going to attract exactly what you need by living out that reality, man. You ain't got to do no hoping and none of that. Just live out your reality. You're going to attract everything you need just by being yourself, living out your reality, and constantly improving, constantly elevating. Live out that reality. That's all you need to focus on doing. You focus on living out that reality, staying true to yourself, standing on that square, standing on your truth, then you good. Everything you need gonna come right to you. Everything gonna unfold according to that vibe, according to that frequency. But all you got to do is focus on just being yourself, staying true to yourself, living out your reality. That's all you got to do. And everything gonna unfold according to that. You gonna be good. You gonna be good, man. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about any of that. You ain't got to worry about any of that. You gonna be straight. You gonna be straight. And that's one thing we got to stop doing too, man. We just got to stop worrying about things on a relationship front as well. We do a lot of stressing and worrying when it comes to like relationships and things of that nature. No need to do that, because the most valuable relationship, as y'all know, is a relationship that you have with yourself. So you got to make sure that relationship is as strong as it possibly can be before you start worrying about being in a relationship with somebody else. So you got to make sure that relationship that you have with yourself is strong, is on point, to the point where you're comfortable being with yourself. If you're not comfortable being with yourself, then we got problems. We got problems. I have always pretty much been comfortable being with myself. I have a strong and solid relationship with myself. You must have that. You must be able to say, all right, man, I'm by myself, but see, I'm cool though. I'm cool with being by myself. I'm cool with being to myself. It's not a problem. I'm not going to feel deprived of anything if I don't have anybody. So you got to be comfortable with being with yourself. Got to be. It's important. It's pivotal. Savon, peace, what's going on? Top male, and that's the thing. The only way to attract anything in your life, only way to attract anything in your life, only way is to, like I said, focus on being the best version of yourself and living out that reality. So you coming across information that you know is helpful, you take that information, you apply it to yourself, you improve self on a daily basis. When you do that, you're attracting everything that you need. It is literally that simple. You know how you was a week ago. You should be striving to be better than you was today. You need to strive to be better than you was a week ago today. Like today, you should be much better than you was 7 days from now. That's all that you need to be striving for and striving towards. When you do that, again, everything is going to unfold according to that reality, according to that frequency and that vibe. That's all that you need to focus on. Being comfortable with self, striving to elevate, striving to improve, striving to be the best version of self, striving to evolve, striving to grow, growth and development. Just strive to do those things. Strive to do those things, man, and everything will unfold according to that. But that's how you must live your life, man. You ain't really got to worry about attracting a woman. Don't even do that. Don't even worry about attracting one. Like, don't even sit down trying to focus on, I need to attract a woman. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Just live your life as righteously and as peacefully as you can. And I'm telling you, everything gonna come to you. Everything gonna come to you. Dominique. All right, man. I already know how I go. I already know how I go. And it's like people be asking you that type of stuff, man. It's like, mind your business first and foremost. Mind your business first and foremost. Don't worry about why I'm not in a relationship. Why is that even important to you? Why is that even important? I'm not in one because I'm not in one. Like sometimes it's really that simple. I'm not in something because I'm not in it. I don't want to be in something because I just don't want to be in it. People be looking for a real metaphysical deep answer when sometimes the answer just be because I'm not. And they need to just accept that reality too. I don't owe anybody an explanation, really. You don't owe anybody an explanation, really. So if I tell you I'm not in something and you be like, why? And I'll be like, man, just because I'm not. I just leave it at there. I just leave it there sometimes. We don't owe these people no explanation. All magic realms. And then the people that do that, the people that question people and judge people that's in these relationships, And if they are in relationships, sometimes they be in the most toxic relationship. That's what be funny about that. So they judging everybody else's relationship, or they judging people for not being in relationships. Meanwhile, they in one of the most toxic relationships. But they telling you though, like they judging you based off of you not being in one. That's what be crazy about that. That's what be crazy about that. So they coming at you for not being in a relationship or for not being a parent or something along those lines. Meanwhile, they ain't taking care of their kids, they neglecting their kids, and they telling you that you need to have kids. They telling you that you on a timeline to have these kids. It's like, man, I ain't trying to end up like you. You had your kids early and you ain't take care of them, and you claim they ruined your life. Why you want me to do that? If you feel that way about your situation, why are you trying to rush me? You know, and sometimes you just got to go there with folks, man, because they get all in your business. Sometimes that stuff sounds harsh, man, but when somebody get in your business like that, man, you just got to point out some things in their life to get them off your back. So sometimes that's just what you got to do, man. Just got to let them know. Master 2, everybody got an opinion. Everybody. I don't know one person that don't. Everybody got an opinion in regards to how you need to live your life. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody got an opinion, man. But when it comes to my life, man, listen, I'm the sole controller of my reality. I know what's best for my life. So if you give me an opinion and I feel like the opinion is useful and will actually help me in life, I may consider making the implementation. I may do that. But if you giving me an opinion and I feel like it's destructive, I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. Because again, you are the best knower of yourself. I'm the best knower of myself. So I know what's going to be helpful to me. I know what's going to be useful to me. And I operate according to that reality. You don't know me like that. You're not the best knower of myself. That's me. Nobody else is the best knower of you. That's you. You are the best knower of yourself. So don't let anybody else dictate that reality. And again, listen to what I'm telling y'all. The same thing I'm telling y'all is the same thing that we go out here trying to do to other people. And that's what I'm telling y'all to watch. So when somebody comes to you with that opinion about your life, that's how you view it. Like, man, you trying to dictate my reality. Meanwhile, when we come across information, we try to do the same thing. You can't dictate nobody else's reality, just like you wouldn't want anybody dictating your reality. So that's what's important. Just like you don't want anybody trying to dictate your reality, you can't be trying to dictate somebody else's reality. And a lot of times we overlook that. Because at the end of the day, these people that have opinions, some of these people that have opinions about your life, they think that they are giving you an opinion based on their best interest for you. So we doing the same thing essentially, man, but we don't like it when other people do it to us. So we need to stop doing it to other people. Everybody just literally needs to focus on becoming better versions of themselves, man, doing the knowledge to what you need to do the knowledge to, and utilizing whatever it is that you learn, man, to become a better person. That's what we all need to do. That is literally what we need to do. The people that the people that need the information that you're gathering, they gonna find you. You ain't got to go out of your way to get this. You ain't got to go out of your way to find these people. They gonna find you. What they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's what happens. We trying to force feed it on them though. So real, man, hey, we always got some work to do. Always. The moment you feel like you ain't got no work to do, that's the moment that you gonna stop living. That's the moment. Listen, that's death right there. That's death right there. The moment you wake up one day and say, man, I ain't got no more work to do. I have figured everything out in life. That's the moment you die. So I'm never going to wake up and like, I got it all figured out. I'm good. I don't need to grow anymore. I don't need to evolve anymore. I got it all figured out. I'm straight. Nope. I ain't got nothing figured out. I ain't close. I can live 100 years on this planet and still not going to be close. Man. It's always something to learn. It's always something to improve upon self. Always. Always, man. Always. We always got something that we can better within ourselves and outside of ourselves, man. Always. Always. I'm never done. I'm never done growing. Never done evolving. Never. It's never happening. Never happening. Master tool, no doubt. No doubt. Just like when I was ready to learn, all the books and stuff, man, all of that started to appear. All of it started to stand out. The crazy thing about it is, this is what I'm talking about. When a student is ready, the teacher will appear. Listen, all the books that I started reading, all that stuff had already existed. I had already seen a lot of it, but it just didn't register and resonate with me. But when I was ready to learn, everything started to stand out that I needed. Everything started to stand out that I needed. Man, I knew about the autobiography of Malcolm X, but up until the point where I read it, I wasn't ready to read it. So it never stood out to me. But when I was ready to learn, when I was ready to take that next step in life, that book jumped out at me. I'm like, man, this book always had been here. But when it was time for me to evolve and I made the decision to evolve, that book stood out. It jumped out. It was like, look, man, I've been here. I just been waiting on you to realize, like, this is what you need. Like, you need to evolve. You need to transform. I've been waiting on you. Now you ready. I'm here now. Oh, Tavon, like I said, man, and sometimes we got we got some things that'll be relatively true, and we got certain things that'll be absolute truth. So sometimes we got to realize that sometimes we may speak something that's relatively true to us, but it may not be true to the next person. So we do have certain things like that too. So we got to be able to distinguish those as well. So like I said, something may be true to me based off of my life experiences, but it may not be true to the next person. So we got to be able to distinguish the absolute truths from the relative truths, because we do have relative truths, because we have all experienced different things in life. So we do got things that's relatively true only to us based off of our experience in life. So a lot of times people rejecting what we saying simply because they haven't experienced what we experienced, and it's not resonating with them. Now, it's true to us because we experienced it. It resonated with us. We took something from it. We applied it. We grew from it. But they don't understand what happened because they didn't experience it. So it's not resonating with them. It's not a relative truth. It's not their reality. So we got to understand that too. We got to understand that as well. Justin, no, I have not read that book. Dominique, man, hey, I just be, like I said, man, I just be gathering little information, implementing the information, and just speaking on the lessons that I've learned just from reading and just from living. Tavon, we already know how that go. We already know how that go. They say a hit dog hollers is whatnot. And if the shoe fits, wear it type deal. So we already know what be going on. And all of this stems from a lack of understanding. So that's something too we got to understand too, man. When you come across information, listen, it's called your understanding, not their understanding. So you cannot force anybody to see something how you see it. You just can't do it. That is impossible. You cannot force somebody to see something how you see it. All you can strive to get them to do is to accept your version of it, or your vision, or your understanding. That's all you can do. But you cannot get somebody to see something exactly how you see it. You just cannot do it. You cannot do it. You read something, you interpret it a certain way. That's your interpretation. Somebody else reads it, they interpret it another way. That's their interpretation. There's no sense of arguing about who interpreted this wrong, who interpreted this correctly. No sense of arguing that. No sense. No sense of turning that into a debate. Makes absolutely no sense. Unless we dealing with absolute truths, actual facts, concrete facts. Like we just debating on perceptions, outlooks. That's pointless. It's pointless. Telling somebody that they viewing something wrong when there is no right or wrong way to view it. Incorrect. Incorrect. Yeah, Master Tube. And like I said, a lot of people don't understand the subjective truths, relative realities, and things of that nature that exist. So a lot of times I've had to step back and be like, all right, this person wasn't receptive to what I said because they really don't understand it because their experiences have been different from mine. Cool, got you. They went through life in a different manner that I went through it in. The people that might resonate with what I'm saying are the people that may have had similar experiences that I had. So I need to talk to them. I can't talk to this person that didn't have a similar experience, man, because they really ain't understanding what I'm saying because we had totally different experiences. I mean, that's one of the reasons why it's hard for other ethnic groups and white people to really understand where we be coming from because they have never had to experience life being black in America. They have never had to experience it. They can never experience it. They just can't understand. There's no way that they can understand what it's like because they don't have to live it out. So we got to understand that some people just don't understand things because they just have not experienced life in the same manner that we experienced it. That's not their fault. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Oh, Master 2, I gotta watch it too. I'm gonna watch it in due time. Like I said, I'll watch it when hype dies down and things of that nature. Gotta watch it in due time though. Oh, Terrell, man, I know how I go. Listen, I was once in your shoes. I was once a young bull, 19, 20, coming into this knowledge, not really able to have conversations with people in my age bracket because I felt like they really wasn't understanding what I was on. We 18, 19, people just want to party. They just want to drink. They just want to mess with these girls and all that type of stuff, man. I'm on a whole different vibe. Like I'm out here trying to teach, man, because I'm learning some things. I'm trying to eat right, man. I'm trying to take care of my health. I'm trying to read these books. I'm 20, 21. I ain't really right. I ain't trying to go out to this club, man. I ain't trying to go to this party. I'm trying to read this book and gather this information. That's fun to me. So I just felt like at that particular point in my life, a lot of people, my peers, couldn't relate to what I was on. And it almost kind of happened overnight, or so it seemed. Master Tool, man, freedom of speech always been under attack. We never really had the freedom of speech. We never really had it. Because if you say the wrong thing, you didn't saw throughout history what happens when you say things that they don't like, that the establishment doesn't like. So we never really had it. It's circumstantial. But we never really actually had freedom of speech. For one, the freedom of speech, what people don't understand, don't apply to people that they consider 3/5 of human beings. So we never really had that freedom of speech. That's really actually an illusion. You say the wrong, again, just say the wrong thing. Just get on a platform where a lot of people are paying attention to you and just say something that they deem as wrong. See what happens to you. See what happens to you. Matter of fact, you can just go up in a job and say the wrong thing. See what happens to you on that job. Like, so it's really an illusion. Oh, Dominique, no doubt. Yeah, I can't stand when anybody try to force anything on me because I know how I am. I'm not striving to force anything on you, so why are you trying to force it on me? I always had a problem with that. Oh, Terrell, and Terrell, thing with that, I don't even refer to it, and that's another thing too. When we young bulls, right? We 19, 20, and I use the term young loosely. But when you 20, 21, 22, 23, and you out here with some wisdom, man. You've been around for a minute. You've been around for, hey man, 23 years is a long time, man. You can get a lot of wisdom in 23 years. You can get a lot of wisdom in 18 years. So it ain't necessarily about being an old soul. It don't got anything to do with being an old soul, man. You just wise, man. You went through life and you actually taking lessons from your life. Man, you learned a lot in a year. You learn a lot in a year. So you just somebody that did 23 years. That did 23 years, man. It's almost like we serving time in life. But when you did 23 years, man, and you done picked up on some lessons and you operating according to what you picking up on. Some people don't do that. Some people don't do that. Master Tube and Justin Green, I heard that. And like I said, the Jews is one of them groups. The white Jews, we got to clarify who we talking about. But those are the group. That's one of those groups that when you say something about them and word gets out, man, they got a lot of power. And that's why I said as black people, we got to exercise that same power. So when somebody come out here and say something bad about black people, we need to get them canceled. They need to not be able to go to conferences. They need to not be able to have concerts and speaking engagements because they said something disrespectful to black folks. But see, when somebody disrespects us, then they actually getting paid more. They going viral. So we got to exercise that same type of power that all these other groups are exercising. Somebody say something wicked about black folks, then they need to be canceled. They need to be able to not go nowhere without any type of flack. They need to be getting removed, suspended, all that type of stuff, man, because they disrespected black folks. So we need to exercise that same type of power, and we have the power to do that. Oh, Dominique, man, hey, no doubt about it, man. Like I said, I snapped out of that lifestyle real early, real quick. And I always just felt like a lot of brothers, a lot of young brothers really didn't understand that. Like I was a dude that at some point I just realized, man, look, all this partying, chasing these, like that stuff ain't even, life is a lot more precious than that, man. When I started to just really do the knowledge, the books, man, and just analyze life around me, I was like, man, it's a lot more to life than what I'm currently doing. It's a lot more to life than what I'm currently doing. Like these parties and chasing these girls and all, and chasing the girls with ill intentions, like that type of stuff is destructive, man. That type of stuff is destructive. I realized that real early, and I'm glad I did. Yeah, Tavon, man, I'm gonna watch it soon. Dominique, yeah, I heard about that. Like I said, man, the experience is just different. That's why I don't try to tell. Listen, I ain't trying to tell white people how they need to be viewing them. Man, I don't know what it's like to be white. I just see the privileges that y'all get because I know the history of this country, man. But I ain't out here trying to speak to y'all. I'm trying to speak to my people. I can relate to the struggle of my people. I can't relate to what y'all going through. Sharif, man, peace. What's going on with you, my brother? Oh, Magic Rims. I'm already knowing, man. I had a few people that was around me that was also getting into it, but a lot of people, this is what happens too. See, when you young, this is one thing that also happens when you come across this information. Fear tactics. So one thing they try to push you to do, they trying to push you to go to college and they trying to push you to get a job. So what's happening is when you come across certain pieces of information, it may be a few other brothers around you with the information, but then they gonna be striving to get these corporate jobs. So guess what? That fear gonna get that fear gonna get them. They gonna stop talking about it, or they gonna tell you, man, look, I ain't on that no more because they trying to get the corporate job. So they trying to pacify. They trying to pacify that information. They becoming soft. Like one thing I did was I stood on it. People was telling me, man, you don't need to be getting on Facebook saying what you saying. Like, you need to just keep that to yourself. I'm like, nah, why I'm coming across this information? I ain't coming across this information to keep it to myself. It don't even make sense to come across this information to keep it to myself. This is information about a system. What is me doing the knowledge to the government and politics gonna do for myself if I just sit on it? Nah, there's other people that need to hear this. That's why I'm coming across it. That's why I'm coming across it. It ain't like health information where I can take this health information and just apply it to myself and improve my health. No, I'm coming across information letting y'all know how wicked this system is, the truth about this system. I'm coming across that information to spread that information, to get it out here. If I just sit on that information, I'm gonna go crazy. Oh, Dominique, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Man, give me that information, man. I just occupy my time. I stay out the way. I stay out the way and I mind my business, man. That's longevity for me. That's how I'm increasing my lifespan. That's how I'm staying out of trouble, man. I stay out the way. I stay low key. I stay low key, stay out the way. It's the recipe. It's the formula. Staying out of the way. It's hard to get somebody like me because I stay low key, stay out the way. You would have to literally go out of your way to get me. And then at that point, it's going to be obvious as to what went down because people know how I move. They know how I move. They know that I'm not out here like that. They know that I won't be out here like that. So if something happened to your boy, y'all already know what's up. Y'all already know what's up. Oh yeah, like, hey, Massachusetts, Savine, man, yeah. Y'all just coming in, man. I've been into this information since like 09, 08. Savine, you say something weird with the audio. What's going on? It might have been something. I think I had something playing in the background, man. I think it's the video playing in the background. That might have been what it was. I just turned that off though. Dominique, no doubt. And like I said, it's a song that I'm a paraphrase by K Reno when he talked about people dying at 20, but they had lived more than that 20 years than people who died 80. So that's what you have out here. That's what you have. It's what you do with the time that you have on this planet. Sometimes it ain't about how long you've been here. It's about what you do with the time. So you can die and pass away at 20, but you done did more in 20 years than that person that lived to 100. Hirsch 187, man, what sparked the change for me? I just felt like it was time. I actually just felt behind mentally. And I ain't like how that felt, man. I was at a point where I was like, man, mentally, I feel like I could be stronger. I need to be stronger. So I just felt like I was weak mentally, man. I just felt like I had a lot of room for improvement intellectually. And that's what just sparked that change for me, man. I was like, man, I got to do better, man, just mentally. I got to feed my mind with some things, man. I just don't feel like I'm up to par or where I need to be on the intellectual level, on the mental level. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start reading. That was the only thing at that point in time that I knew I could do to improve that. So that's what sparked that change, man, just feeling like I was behind. And I ain't like feeling like that. I ain't like feeling like that at all. Dominique, you already know, man. That'd be a perfect world. But then again, we already know that ain't really reality, man. But that'd be cool though. That'd be cool, man. Like Malcolm X said it again. I'm paraphrasing everybody, man. But leave that religion in the back pocket. Leave that religion at home. We need to be able to sit down at this table and just have discussions regarding the common enemy that we have, man. We don't need to be out here debating about which religion is correct. That's irrelevant right now. We got an enemy. It's just like I say, a sport, man. You got people on that. You got people on that team. You got people on the Lakers. They may believe in all different type of things, but when it's time to compete, they all in one accord. See, we got to be able to do that. We got to look at it on a level of sports. Like, all right, man, we all got different beliefs. We all believe in different things, but listen, we all gonna put on the same jersey and we trying to beat this team over here. That's how we got to start looking at life. That's how we got to start looking at life, man. We on the same team, whether we want to really admit it or not. We own the same team, man. We own the same team. We own the same team, whether we want to acknowledge that, whether we want to admit that or not. We are all on the same squad. Literally. We all got the same jersey on. We all got the same jersey on. We got to realize that. Dakota, man, appreciate that donation. Hey, Kyle West, man, I don't know if you're on Instagram or Facebook, but if you're on either one of those, you can type in my name, Eric Bell. On Instagram, it's Almighty Vegan. And just inbox me or message me on one of those sites, man, and we can chop it up. Magic Realms, and man, listen, man, whoo, you know what, man, I got a lot of stories in regards to that. That'll be a whole nother video. But the crazy thing about my life, when I was actually out here striving to get girls, like that's when I dealt with a lot of insecurity. When I was out here, when that was what I was on, 100% of the time, just trying to attract girls, man, I was getting rejected left and right. The moment I said, man, I don't even care nothing about this no more, I'm focusing on myself. That is when literally everybody was coming to me. Literally. When I started focusing on myself and my mental elevation, I kid y'all not, that is when everybody just started coming to me. Like they was attracted to like the stuff that I was saying and things of that nature. They was gravitating towards what I was saying. And I wasn't even coming out here trying to get anybody. I wasn't trying to be in nothing. I was just striving to learn, and I was just saying what I was learning, and that was attracting all type of attention. I wasn't even trying to get it. But the times I tried to get it, I was getting rejected. And that should let you know about basically the whole moral of this video. When you go out there and you trying to get, for one, you're going to get the wrong attention. When you out here trying to get attention, we see a lot of women that do that. Trying to get attention, you get the wrong attention. But when you just go about your life in regards to just growing and developing, yeah, you're going to attract some attention, but it's going to be attention that you may fool with, that you may mess with. But when you going out of your way to try to get a certain type of attention, you're going to get that type of attention plus some. So that's why I tell my women all the time. That's why I tell women out here, man, especially the black women, because again, I talk to black women because those are my sisters all the time, and stop doing things for attention and then getting mad when the dudes respond accordingly. So you thirst trapping in your pictures, and then you get mad when they viewing you as when they objectifying you. Well, you are the one posting these pictures, revealing everything. Don't do that. You know what type of attention is going to come with that, so don't do that. Stop doing that. Or if you do that, accept the consequences that's going to come with it. We know we live in a world filled with dogs, man. They salivate when they see that skin. You showing them the skin. So what are you doing? Then get mad when you receive that attention. But I know that a lot of this comes from insecurity. So I understand the deeper issue. But it's like at some point we got to stop seeking that type of attention and getting mad when we get it. Dominique, you already know I'm with you on that. I was caught up in that lifestyle for a brief moment, and then I snapped out. Of it. Not gonna lie, I was out here grinding for a brief moment, and it's like I snapped out of it. I was like, man, this just ain't even cool. I don't even understand how y'all brothers view this as being cool, man. It wasn't cool. It just wasn't cool to me. I ain't feel right. It just didn't sit well with my conscience, man, to be doing some of these things that dudes be out here doing to women, and vice versa. It just never sat well with me. Even when I was out here trying to live that lifestyle, man, I just didn't fool with it, man. It just didn't sit well with me at all. Terrell, man, listen. I already know how that go, man. You going out here, you following the instructions, the American Dream instructions. You doing everything that they told you to do, and then you don't get rewarded for it. All you get is an enormous amount of debt. That's it. So I already know. I followed every instruction, stayed out of trouble, went to school, got the good grades, got the degrees, got several other degrees, got certifications and done everything. Still wasn't getting landed no jobs, man, that was related to my field. So I know how that go. I know how I go. But at that point, I was like, man, forget corporate America. I'm gonna do my own thing, man, because they ain't finna hold me down. They ain't finna have me feeling bad about myself. They ain't finna have me feeling like I'm not capable when I know that I am. So I moved on, created my own opportunity, and it's been a wrap from there. Oh, to real, I can relate. I already know. I feel like I wasted 4 years and money. I definitely can relate. Magic Realms, like this is coming from a person with 2 degrees. I'm here to tell you, if you don't need to go to college, definitely don't. And a lot of people don't like my advice, but boy, that's what it is. If you don't need to listen, it's only a few fields that you may need to go to college for and get those degrees for. Only a few. If you're not in those fields, man, it's a way to do exactly what it is you need to do without putting yourself in that debt. And that's just a fact. Oh, Dominique, no doubt. I speak that protection on myself every day. So we protect it. We protect it out here. Magic Rims, and they got studies out here that show you or tell you that most people end up working in a field that's not related to the degree that they got. Oh yeah, Dominique, man, Pac was ahead of his time. And yeah, Dominique, man, get on K Reno. He be on K Reno be on YouTube dropping more videos than me. Dude is insightful. Yeah, Magic Rims, and that's exactly why I tell dudes to focus on themselves. Because I'm telling y'all, I kid y'all not. When I said I'm finna focus on myself, do things for myself, improve myself, man, that's when I got the most attention from women I've ever received in my life. Kid y'all, I can't even make that up. I can't even make it up. Can't make it up. That's exactly when that stuff started happening. When I said, you know what, I ain't even finna worry about them. I ain't paying them no mind. That's when you get all the attention. That's when you get all the attention from women you least expect to get attention from. You like, man, what the heck? I ain't even know, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even know you was paying attention to the kid type deal. Yeah, Tavon, I hate to see it. I can't stand it. And we try to justify that. The women try to justify it talking about OnlyFans and things of that nature. Man, to me, it really just ain't no justification for that, man. It just ain't no justification for that. Like the body is a temple thing, then just went out the window. It's like, man, you showing everybody else all your goods. It's like, man, you not who you finna be special for, man. If all I got to do is open my laptop or scroll through my phone and I'm finna see everything, man. Like you eliminating the temple being special. Like at that point, man, you done already seen it, man. You like, I don't even care no more. Like you ain't the the mysterious factor. Like you ain't even giving anybody anything to be suspicious about, like, or mysterious about. Like, man, I wonder what she looked like. Like, nah, y'all showing them everything. Y'all revealing it all. Ain't nobody got to wonder anything because y'all showing them. Ain't nobody got to wonder what you look like underneath it because they already see it. So, man, this is just a sex-driven world we live in, and we got to eliminate that. We got to eliminate that. Oh, Tavon, I mean, it ain't. I gotta think highly of it because I'm 30 and I don't have a child yet. We both hit 30, so that type of stuff is gonna happen in due time. That's one of them situations where it's like, man, it ain't no right or wrong, man. If you have a child at 35, you having a child at 35. I ain't finna tell somebody it's too late to have a child. I can't tell somebody it's too early to have a child. You have a child when you have that child. As long as you set that child up to succeed in life, don't matter when you have it. Because at that point, it's not about you, it's about the child. So whenever you had a child, long as you set the child up, get a child the proper tools to succeed in life, you have done your job. If you don't get that child the proper tools to succeed in life, you have failed. So it don't matter when you had a child, long as you setting that child up to succeed in life, you good. You good. You gonna have that child in due time. That's not a process that I would recommend rushing, because it's important in regards to who you have it with. So you don't need to be stressing yourself out in life saying, I need to make sure I have something before 30. You're gonna end up making a bad decision because you out here trying to rush to have a child because you think it's too late to have one at 30. So you finna get into a situation that ain't gonna necessarily be that beneficial because you're gonna be running against a clock. Like, nah, don't do that. Don't rush that. That's the reason why the world is the way that it is now, because people rushing the process. People thinking that they need to get their kids out the way. Meanwhile, they don't care anything about the environment that they bringing the kid into because they rushing it. Like, nah, man, just chill out, man. You're going to have that type of stuff in due time. Again, that's one of the reasons why the world is in the condition that it's in. So we just got to slow down. We got to chill out, man. We just got to make sure we placing these kids in certain type of environments instead of saying, I'm just trying to knock them out, get them out of the way. Like, that's kind of selfish at that particular point, when it really should be about the kid. Is this the best time and best environment to have that kid in? So that's the type of stuff that we need to worry about, man. Is my health in order? Like, I'm trying to rush and have a child, but is my health in order, though? So we just got to make sure it's a lot of different things that got to line up. Yeah, Hertz 187, man. That's just, the OnlyFans stuff is annoying. It's annoying. And the dudes that egg it on, also annoying. They are also annoying. Master 2, there's probably plenty of homeless people that went to Harvard, Yale, all that. All that. Six USF bombers. I know how that go. I know how that go. I know how that go for sure. Sharif, and no doubt. I already know how that go for sure. Again. Yeah, Master 2, man. I ain't on TikTok or nothing. I'm not even privy when it comes to TikTok, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot about TikTok and porn. I don't know what is going on with TikTok, but I ain't even on it, man. I ain't even trying to entertain anything associated with TikTok. I don't know what TikTok is all about. Don't fool with it. I ain't trying to fool with it based off of what I have heard. So I ain't even rocking with it. It don't sound like anything I need to be rocking with. So I'm not rocking with it. Forget all that. But with that being said, y'all, man, I gotta go unload some groceries, man. It's about that time. So it's been nice to chop it up with y'all, man. This was a nice stream. Appreciate y'all tapping in and tuning in with the kid. I'm about to go handle some business around here, man. So y'all be easy and enjoy the rest of this Tuesday, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, probably around the same time. So y'all take it easy, man. Y'all stay peaceful, stay powerful, stay productive, stay positive, all that good stuff, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, y'all. Peace.